What's up, guys? How you doing here? Cowboy Crunk coming to you live from Kabul, Afghanistan. Uh, check mic 1 2. Check 1 2 microphone. We're rolling here. We're not rolling. I think we got dead batteries on the headset, so I have to roll without those. You guys, let me know if the audio sounds okay. Uh, just getting started here. Wanted to do another live show prior to jumping in. Uh, on the next game. Wanted to close out the Giants game. We played very well. A lot of things to look into and say, hey, that guy right there, Dak Prescott, seems like he's got it rolling. Seems like he's turned it around. Seems like the Cowboys prepared him for Week 1 very well. Test. Okay, I'm getting the feedback. Just checking. If there's any feedback, guys, let me know. I'm having trouble with one of my computers. I think it's causing a little feedback. So, gonna roll forward with the action here. It's the Cowboys game. I will show some of the main plays. I've got it on the computer here. I know it's in the background as well. That's the big play to start the game off with Tavon Austin on third down. Big play for Dak Prescott that really got us going, that really opened up the defense early. And that's what I was saying all week is we needed to get Dak Prescott to come out of the closet, whether he was in the closet for his personal reasons he just was not throwing the ball down the field, or the coaches were not forcing him to push the ball. I think Dak's been brought up he's been brought up in a really like an environment with this football team where he's been brought in. When he was a rookie, he was told, "Hey, go in there, take care of the ball." Romo just got hurt. They had him caged and like had him walking on eggshells. And I don't know if they've continued to do that because it worked. His rookie season. And they think they can just tell him, hey, there's no reason to go deep. There's no reason to throw the ball. We don't need Dak. We don't. What's up, Teflon Bread? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the page. Like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. Trying to get this page rolling. Every week we do the live stream during the game. I love doing live streams. I love chatting with you guys. I love, hearing your questions, hearing your ideas. Everything from Earl Thomas to the Hot Boys to, what's going to happen with our tight ends, with Rico Gathers. I like to sit down and talk with you guys and get a feel of what the other Cowboy fans feel. I'm nothing but a Cowboy fan, guys. I'm no one special. I'm not doing anything special. I work in Kabul, Afghanistan. So welcome to Crunk's Crib in Kabul, Afghanistan. Live show. Whoever the four of you guys are out there, welcome to the page, guys. We're Cowboy Crunk family here, and I consider every one of you guys, anything you have to say, valid. Formerly Hulk Rage. Oh, what's up, brother? I hadn't seen you in a while. Well, what happened to the Hulk Rage login? Whatever happened, man? I hope everything's okay. We have that here. Hello, Newman. What's up, brother? Nice to see you again. I've seen you. I think I recall your name, of course. But anyways, I wanted to go over the game. You guys just saw too many Hulks. Oh, was there really? Damn. Uh, that didn't. I never knew that. I don't know if there's too many crunks or not. I don't know. But anyways, guys, we shut Odell Beckham Jr. down. Our secondary played really, really well. Eli Manning played very well, as I put out earlier. He was 33 of 44. So it's pretty rare that a quarterback plays well and you can compliment your secondary and say they played well and our safeties played well and all those things. And how that works for us, the reason we can say that is because I'm going to turn the brightness down a little bit, guys. It looks like the contrast there on the picture is not really good. I think that looks a little better. Let me know if that looks a little better. I think it does, guys. I will slide over and show the scoring plays and so forth. I'm watching the game here. So anyway, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for joining the Crunk homepage. We're all family here, Crunk family, Cowboy family. We just want to enjoy the game. One of the few catches there, Odell Beckham made. We shut him down. Guys, we have two lockdown corners now. The move of the move of Byron Jones over to corner, and us acquiring Chidobe Awuzie in the draft, and him growing up last year and this year, we're really really looking good in the secondary, and that's what I was saying. Eli did go 33 of 44, so he had a pretty good. He had 75% almost in the pass completion, which is great, but he still only had 278 yards, and we allowed them to catch the ball, but we made tackles, which, as you guys know, we did that previously. But when our safeties would take bad angles, which that's what Chris Richard was brought in to fix, was issues with our safeties and issues with our corners. When those safeties would take bad angles, those 5 or 6 yard catches turned into 20, 25 yard gains. That's a big difference, guys. And so many times prior to Chris Richard getting here, we would allow these catches, but the tackles wouldn't get made. How you doing, Lincoln Park? Hey, Lincoln Hawk, excuse me, Lincoln Park. We're just getting rolling. You didn't miss much. Hadn't only been in here a few minutes. But yeah, and 14 receptions for Saquon Barkley. That really, really lets us know that Eli Manning was having to go to his checkdowns. That's 14 catches. He had 80 yards. Big deal. They were all, relatively short gains. And those were on third down. Most of those, a good majority of those were on third down. And Eli Manning would drop back. The rush would be there. They would come in too quick, and he would have to go to the check down. Or Eli Manning would drop back. No one would be open, and he would go to Saquon Barkley. 14 catches for a running back is a hell of a lot for anyone. But to say that basically he had to check down, I think like 12 of those were check downs. So that means no one was open, and we were getting to the quarterback. And Eli Manning went 33 of 44, but like I said, a large portion of those were check downs, easy throws to Saquon Barkley. So the fact that we didn't get an interception, we still had the pressure. We still put a lot of pressure on Eli Manning. We still had him, running for his life. As you guys, all of us have seen the confused look, him getting off the ground, and he looks like somebody whacked him in the head with a 2x4 or something. His eyes look like he had a concussion or something. But I guess he just was like confused. He don't know what the hell to do. We had Barkley and Odell in check. We sure as hell did, man. The defense did an outstanding job. And it's really weird to have a game where you can say the quarterback played well, but the secondary played well. That's just because of the check down situation with Saquon Barkley. It looks like Eli Manning had a great day. If you say, oh, he went 33 of 44, they probably, blew that team out. No. Compare Dak's stats to Eli Manning's. Dak's stats were really dehydrated compared to Eli Manning's, but we had a much better run game, and the run game, everyone's kind of down on Ezekiel Elliott. He still had a pretty good amount of runs for 4.6 or 4.7 yards per carry. That's you can't beat that. And the fact that Dak had 5 runs for like 40 something yards, and then Tavon Austin had the one reverse for 15 yards. So we still had 140 yards rushing and 160 yards passing, and we dominated the game on a game where Eli Manning actually played well. So that's good to hear, because next time I don't think Eli Manning will have as good of a game as he had this week. So hopefully next game against I'm talking about the Giants. Next time we play the Giants, if we can cause Eli a little bit more disruption, then we definitely have a win against the Giants. If we can beat them when Eli plays good, we should beat them when Eli plays mediocre. And Eli had a good game. So Lincoln Hawk, time Rico to start Crunk. Jarwin looks like a deer on the side of the road. He looks like the headlights was weeks ago. He looked to me. He looks like a deer in the ditch. I know I'm pretty rough sometimes, but those hot boys, they they're the highlight of our team now, and to see the defense come on and us get excited is awesome to me. But yes, sir, I surely agree about the Rico situation. We haven't seen, we haven't seen anything from these tight ends at all. So why do they keep holding Rico back when really he's the only guy that's come in and done anything amazing or outstanding? Or how many times have we seen, a play go to how many times have we seen a play go to the tight end and we were like, damn, that was nice. That was good. No, we haven't. A couple of plays to Rico Gathers this year. He almost got hit in the end zone this weekend. So, uh, yeah, that exactly what you're quoting there. Rico should have a TD. Dak had an awful throw. Yeah, and that's not Dak's strong suit. Is his accuracy and his targets. So he's going to work on that, and we don't have to have him perfect. We just can't have interceptions. I think the screen just refreshed. Okay, sorry guys. Hey, Buddy Johnson. I don't know if the Bryce Butler thing is done. I'm sure it will be. I pretty much think that's a lock. Any idea who we had to release? No, I don't know who we released either. I'm hoping. Uh, Man, it's going to have to be a tight end. I don't think it's going to be Rico. I don't think they've given him the chance to get on the field. They could slide Mike White to the practice team. Oh, it is done. Very nice. Good. I was assuming it would get done. I didn't see any reason for it not to. I didn't check the news before I jumped on here. I actually ordered food tonight. I'm in a place in Kabul where I don't stay very often, and so I had to order food. I ordered enough food for about 3 or 4 days so I can hang out here and do my work and do some live shows and all of that. It's official on Bryce Butler. He said on Twitter account. Awesome, man. That's nice. I like Bryce Butler. I liked him when he was here. I used to wonder why we didn't play him more and have T. Will on the bench. Uh, to me, Bryce Butler is a much better receiver than Terrence Williams. So Terrence Williams, I think we're still under that contract situation where if we release him, we still have to pay him. So that's the situation why he didn't get released earlier, prior to the season starting. The way his contract's written, if we release him, we actually have to pay more money than we have to pay him if we keep him. And I never heard of a contract written that way. Maybe it's been done before, but it's kind of an odd situation with Terrence Williams' contract. But that's who I would have released. We can't do Deontay Thompson. He's come a long ways here the last few days. We can't do any linemen. Our defensive linemen are all playing too well. The only other thing maybe we could look at trading a D tackle or something like that. Or that's still going to make us really heavy in the receiving core if you group the tight ends and the receivers together. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would have loved to have had Dez back prior to this Butler thing. I think with Butler here, we have a playmaker. We just need to have Butler and Rico on the field at the same time, and Rico has to learn his blocking assignments. Not blocking, guys. Everyone cuts it short and says Rico needs to learn how to block. He needs to learn the playbook and picking up blocks and depending on the play, which player to block and how to pick that up. As you guys know, I kind of explained it earlier. Most of the people are in here are different than the video earlier today I shot. But as far as Rico goes, when you're in the huddle, Dak calls the play, clap hands, break, everybody goes to their position. Rico goes, he puts his hand in the dirt and he lines up, let's say for whatever play. Let's say the play is zebra 151. Well, when Rico lines up, his job is to read who's in front of him and read what the defense is doing. And if there's a defensive end in front of him, then whatever that play call is, zebra 151, he has a job to do. If there's no one in front of him, it might be different. It might be that he's supposed to drop back like into a fullback position almost and help with the blocking situation, or he might be supposed to run a 5 and out. If a blitz comes, his job might change to he has to chip the linebacker and then do a 2 yard out. There's a lot of different things that can happen according to the play. So that's what they're talking about. Rico needs to learn how to block. He needs to learn the blocking schemes. When he lines up, depending on the play and depending on the defense, what the defense is doing, he has options on what he's supposed to do, and he can't figure that out. If he lines up and there's a running back on his side, let's say, then he knows he can release and run his route because he knows the running back's behind him. But Rico can't put his hand in the dirt once the play starts and then the play is about to start. The linebacker or the safety comes up. Rico has to know, is that running back behind me or is he on the other side? Or is it a single, or is there a empty backfield set? And if it's an empty backfield set, then Rico needs to stay in and block. But if the running back's behind him, which he can't look because then he'll get called for offensive offsides. What's it called? Anyways, he'll get called for offsides on offense for movement, and so those are the things he has to learn. And if you can imagine Khalil Mack lining up in front of him, or J.J. Watt or something like that, and he's got to defend Dak on that side, and he's got to remember, do I block this guy or do I let him go? Well, if you let him go and you thought the running back was back there and the running back's not, now you got somebody like Khalil Mack or J.J. Watt or T.J. Watt or one of these guys coming full speed at our quarterback. Excuse me. Let me see. Hello, no respect. Amazing how Seattle is starting center got hurt. We still underdogs this week. Are you serious? We're still underdogs? I didn't know that. Yeah, that's crazy. If we release a free agent, we qualify for a 4th-round compensatory pick for Hitchens. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Good information, Newman. Appreciate that. I haven't been checking any news. When I was home on vacation, I was bumping the news consistently, and that was because the Earl Thomas thing was so hot. After this game, that could pick back up, I think. Cowboys X Factor, what's up, my brother? Hey, congratulations to that man right there. If you guys check out Blogging the Boys, Blogging the Boys did an article the other day on the receivers, in particular Odell Beckham Jr., I think, and then they had a small thing there. The article was actually on the X factors of the game coming up, and Cole Beasley was selected as an X factor, and actually Cowboy X Factor had a post from his Instagram or Twitter, I believe it was his Twitter, posted on Blogging the Boys. I don't know if you should hit them for copyright, buddy. I don't know if they got permission from you, but we can't share YouTube, but they can. Hey, there's my son is in the house. Caleb Carson, what's up, my son? I love you, brother. Be careful and do your thing. Keep working hard over there in Houston, Texas. The Big Mag Nasty. Yeah, X Factor. Congratulations to him. He's got a really nice Twitter and Instagram page. If you can see his name there in the chat box. Just Cowboy X Factor on Twitter and Instagram, I think. If I got that wrong, let me know, X Factor. But you guys can find him on Instagram and Twitter via his YouTube name there. Also, any questions you guys got? Anything you guys want to throw out to the channel? It looks like we've got Bryce Butler. I don't know what his contract and details were, but from what I heard today, we've got him pretty much for no, that was Josh Gordon. The situation should be fairly the same. That's bullshit, ain't it? They got permission. Well, I guess if you post it on their page, it belongs to them now. So once you're posting something on someone's page, they have the right to repost it, I guess. But the Josh Gordon situation, as you guys know, he went to the Patriots, and when they signed him, basically they have rights to him for a year and a half due to the way the contract was. I don't know if Bryce Butler's contract worked out the same way if they fall into the same details. But man, Josh Gordon would have been a good pickup, man. He's fourth currently in the NFL for yards per game. Dude averages 93 yards a game. And the only three guys ahead of him are Julio Jones, Odell Beckham Jr., and Antonio Brown. Not in those order. Actually, the order is Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, then Odell Beckham Jr., and then not Bryce Butler, Josh Gordon. Excuse me, guys. So Josh Gordon, fourth in the league right now over the last like 5 or 6 years in yards per game at 93. That's pretty good. Let's see. Maybe he goes to practice squad. Who's that? Damn X Factor. He was good. What we hit? I missed something. Trey Robinson got. Oh, Trey Robinson, Tyree Robinson. Oh yeah. I didn't even think about him. The reason I didn't think about him is we didn't see much of him on the field. And let me check something on him really quick while we got this open. Tyree, I wanted to check something on him before, and I haven't checked it. So let me get information on this dude, Tyree Robinson. Okay. Yeah. He's only played what, like 20, about 20 something snaps this year. So he wasn't getting a lot of playing time. I haven't heard anything on Heath. You guys recall Heath looked like he was pretty tender. He looked pretty tender walking off the field there towards the end. I haven't checked the injury report to see if anything was out. So I was going to actually do the game in the coaching mode, which is a completely different view of the field there. But nothing. Actually, it wasn't posted yet, so I'll get that done later. And I got to renew my subscription with NFL.com as well to get on the coaches view page, so that you can view the game from the coaches aspect. It gives you the view from the commentary box, and it also gives you the view from the end zone. Every play, one by one, it cuts the film really quick. You view the play from the commentary box, then you view it from the end zone, then they go to the next play. And they do offense and defense. So it's really good to look at, because that gives you the option to see like what Dak Prescott's looking at when he drops back. It gives you the ability to say, when he didn't play good against Carolina, were the receivers actually getting open, or was Dak just missing guys, or were they not getting separation? But you could see, looking from the Carolina game, Dak was really out of sync. Dak was not himself. Hey, what's up, K10? It's 10K. That's right, 10K int. I got it. I messed it up the first time, but I'm getting it right now, guys. Let's see. You think Dak may be shaking off? Yeah, of course, man. Teflon Brie, I hadn't seen you in a few days. Maybe you were here because I didn't recognize your new name. But ow, God dang, you hear that pop? There you go, 10K int. Entertainment, 10K entertainment. You got a music channel and stuff. That's right. Promote to the music guys, man. Check out 10K int's channel also. But what was the question I had? Oh yeah, Dak was definitely shaking off the rust. Tom Brady had 69 snaps in preseason, and Dak Prescott only had 39. So, for a 41-year-old veteran that has 5 Super Bowls to get more snaps than you in preseason, I think we just had a horrible coaching move, and I don't think they'll do that again. They saw Dak come out rusty, and to me, basically they basically forfeited the Carolina game so that we could bring everybody in healthy and make sure. Dak took hits this game. Dak is a tough guy. He's 240 pounds. He's not your thin, quick, elusive. He is elusive. He has the elusiveness, but it's because he has good feel for the pocket. Now he's not great in the pocket, but he can feel when that pocket's collapsing, and he didn't have that. He just didn't have that. Um, here, should Cowboys make a move for Antonio Brown? No, that guy's way too expensive. I think we don't need that. As you guys can see, I would rather have Dez. I mean, that dude, he's blowing up. He's pissed off. He got belligerent on the sidelines, and now he's not showing up. His coach's name. I'm horrible with names now, guys. I used to be really, really good at it, but I guess all these years in Afghanistan and my brain's dusty and doesn't get cleaned properly, I guess, every day. But anyways, Tomlin, yeah, Mike Tomlin, he he's not. You can't play with him, dude. He runs a solid camp, straightforward. You don't mess around with him. They're going to let Antonio Brown go. I would almost say he's not going to take any crap from him. And it all started with what happened this weekend. And then if you guys don't know, I don't know the guy's name at all. I saw the tweet today. The guy tweeted, Antonio Brown's lucky he got drafted by Ben Roethlisberger. If he wasn't playing for a team like Pittsburgh, he wouldn't have the numbers he had. He wouldn't have the salary he has. Ben Roethlisberger got him paid. Basically saying Antonio Brown isn't what everybody thinks he is. It's Ben Roethlisberger throwing in the ball. And Antonio Brown commented, if you don't think I'm that good, trade me and see what I do on another team. And this guy that made the tweet, of course, he wasn't in the San Francisco, the Pittsburgh organization. It was someone outside the organization. But it's still, for him to say, trade me and see what I can do, didn't look good. And then he doesn't show up for a mandatory practice, and he was not released or given any permission not to show up. So we'll see here. I'm really glad to see we got Bryce Butler in. I think that's a good pickup. The fact that we released a safety is concerning a little. I will say this: our safeties are playing off the chain, bro. I've told you guys now. I ordered today my Kayvon Frazier jersey. I think the guy's going to start for us. Heath got beat on a play last night or Sunday night, and Heath has played well. He's played good. He's a good hitter. I like Heath. He hits solid. He's taken much better angles this year under Chris Richard. He's really coached our safeties up. He's playing much better, but I still think Kayvon Frazier's size just has an edge over Heath, and we should have, if anyone knows, if we have Xavier Woods back, that guy is going to be outstanding as well. If we can get this guy back on the field, I didn't see a report on him today yet, but apparently he should be ready this weekend. We should have Kayvon Frazier, Xavier Woods, and Jeff Heath back there, and I really think those are two really good safeties. I think one of them is going to be very good, and I think it's going to be Kayvon Frazier or Xavier Woods. Both of them could turn out to be, extremely good. I think Jeff Heath has kind of hit his ceiling, and the other guys are going to pass him up a little bit. But as far as safety goes, obviously, I would think Xavier Woods is healthy. That's why they released Tyree Robinson. And that guy, he helped us out. He held his own. I believe if you guys said he went to the practice squad, I would think they would put him on the practice squad versus releasing him in case we have any issues with safety again. Cowboys X Factory. I don't know why this thing keeps doing that. Cowboy Crunk, I'm concerned about this Dallas Cowboy offense and if they can win. Oh, man, that's a excellent question because we're not going to put up numbers. We're not. I think we might a game or two this year break 30, but unless Dak. The only reason I say this, we you watch film from 2016, and we had the offense open a little bit more, and that's why I've been talking about, let Dak out the closet, push him. If it's like I said, I say this closet thing, the cage, either they've got him in a cage or he's caged himself because of the way he came in, and that's the way he was brought into the system. He was brought in. You're a rookie quarterback. You're taking Tony Romo's position, one of the greatest quarterbacks we've had in the history of the Cowboys, that puts up outstanding numbers. He's won fourth quarter games for us, and we're trusting you to take over for him because he's injured. Take care of the ball. Don't do anything crazy. Do your check downs. 1-2 reads and a check down or throw it away. And he did that, and it worked. But there were times he let the ball fly, and he went to Dez, and we had some deep throws to Terrence Williams, and we haven't seen that last year very much. And this year, this is the first game last night that we've seen it. And I think they realize that they've got to stretch the field a little bit. They've got to stretch the field a little bit. They realize they got to stretch it left to right, because in the Carolina game, we had those 12 freaking bubble screens that were driving me nuts. That's too many. Last night we had Sunday night game. I keep saying last night. My time is confused over here because I stayed up all night to watch all the games, and then I sleep during that day, so my timing gets jacked up. But anyways, guys, all those bubble screens, we cut it down to 3 or 4 Sunday night, and we forced the ball more north. We forced the ball down the field a little more versus east and west. We never want to go south. We want to go north. But, sometimes you got to go east and west to go north. And that stretches the defense wide, and you stretch the defense long as well. And that creates gaps in the middle. It creates good positions for your slants and all those things. So here we go. Tony's more of a gunslinger. Yeah, and what we need, the perfect quarterback. I'm going to tell you right now, 10K Entertainment, if you took Tony Romo, I'm talking about coming out the closet and all this crap. If you took Tony Romo and Dak and had a kid, you would have a gunslinger that was smart and took care of the ball. And I mean, Tony Romo, he had an edge. He wasn't scared. And I think they've got Dak kind of walking on these eggshells, and the defense has got to respect him. They've got to be scared of him a little bit. If you're not scared of the quarterback, they're going to load that box. And you've got to unload the box. You've got to get those guys out of the box. The only way to get them out of the box is to throw the ball. And they're going to make you throw it, and they're going to make you be accurate, And really, like I said, that's what Eli Manning did last night. He did very well. The thing is, we tackled perfect. And you can see they had 33 receptions. 14 of them were checkdowns. 14 to 15 or 16 of them were checkdowns because no one was open, and because we were getting in so quick on Eli Manning that he had no option but to go to his check down because the receivers weren't even getting into their routes. And this is what I expect this weekend with Seattle. Seattle gave up 5 sacks in the first half, 6 total in the game. So we should eat these guys up, especially, the rhythm is coming. The hot boys look good. We should have Randy Gregory back this week, who he didn't even play. So we should have Randy Gregory back this week, which is going to make our D-line even stronger. And Antoine Woods is playing great. We have a really, really good concept on the defensive line, and our secondary is backing it up. And the linebackers are just sliding in and making tackles. We have seen the linebackers miss some tackles, but for the most part, we're tackling great, and that's why they had 33 catches with only 200. And there's the play right there. Let me back that up real quick, guys. Boom. Let me see. Yeah, this is it right here. This is the sack where Eli gets off the ground, and he's looking like, what in the hell's going on here? It kind of looks like he's been hit in the head a little too hard. Actually, he looks like that guy looks like he's been hit in the head too many times as well. So this is the play, I think, where Eli gets this isn't it. I don't think. That's not it. They were just replaying it, I guess. So we missed it. I think they're going to play it now. So even though they're replaying, I think they're replaying the sack. Yeah, see, we did the same thing earlier in the or later in the game. As you guys recall, we went for it on 4th and 1, and I have no clue. The Giants lined up the same way we did. The hole was there. All we had to do is step up, and Dak ran through the hole. What's up, man? No, you're good. I got a visitor here, my homeboy. Yeah, you want? Yeah, take some milk. Um, hey, I got my grocery store is open. If you guys need anything, Cowboy Crunk in Kabul, Afghanistan. This is Crunk's crib. You can come here. You can get free milk. You can get. I'm doing my TV show. Yeah, I'm not that today's not that. I got 15 people watching, not too many. But this is our safety manager here. He runs our fire department, also at the airports and stuff like that. He helps out. He's from Bosnia Herzegovina. I didn't say that right, so he's probably going to correct me. Yeah. But anyways, he's my neighbor, so he came over to say hello. Hello from Bosnia. If there's any Bosnians out there watching, uh, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Paul Hernandez. I was in Antonio Woodsack where Eli looked. Oh yeah. Man, Antoine Woods is looking good too, guys. And that was a name that hasn't come out of my mouth all season, really. Other than when we did the 53-man roster, I thought he was on the bubble, and I didn't know if we were going to keep him. Um, Man, that D line is looking so good. Taco Charlton's looking good. Everything. USC. What's up with USC, Hawk? I like the way they played. Rico gathers, but Dak needs to improve his accuracy. Yeah, that's going to take time. And it was good. Oh, that's where he's from. Aha. Stevie Mack in the house. No idea who we should drop. I guess they've already dropped somebody. Stevie Mack. They dropped Tyree Robinson. Is what everyone from the page is saying. The safety, and I guess that's because apparently Xavier Woods is going to be healthy this week. So if Xavier Woods is healthy, then we can basically swap those guys out. Not sure if anyone can confirm that. Uh, don't forget we still have Armstrong Ace in the hole. Yeah, and he hasn't been on the field much at all. We got Randy Gregory returning this week, and hopefully in 2 weeks from that we have David Irving. And guys, I was watching Chicago last night, and they look pretty good. And I'm sitting there going, we may not have a dominating Khalil Mack type player, but overall, I think our line is better than Chicago's. I do. And I'm trying to think up here and not think from here. But really, really, I think our defensive line is outstanding. We held Saquon Barkley, who's a very elusive runner, man. Very, very elusive. As you guys know, he did get away a couple times. We still held him to 28 yards on 11 rushes. And then those 14 passes were pretty much all checkdowns because Eli had nobody open or he had to throw the ball quick. So I know that's a little repetitive. I said that before, but anytime I got somebody new step in uh, Noah Brown will be back eventually too. So uh, I'm not super hot on Noah Brown. I would prefer to have the Bryce Butler deal. So I'm good with that. To me, those guys kind of are a wash, but Bryce Butler I think is better than Noah Brown. So I think Noah Brown and I think Noah Brown, Gallup, and Deontay Thompson and Beasley. Those are not Noah Brown. Excuse me, Bryce Butler. Bryce Butler. That guy Ingram's a beast, man. He's pretty good. And that is the only touchdown. Let me get back to what I was saying. I think Bryce Butler, Deontay Thompson, Beasley, and what would be our other receiver, Tavon Austin. In and out, working in and out with Beasley. I think those are our main guys right there, and we should be okay with those. I think Bryce Butler gives us that option for the 50-50 ball. He's kind of replacing Dez as our kind of like our alpha receiver, our X receiver. And I'm glad he's getting that opportunity. I liked him when he played for the Cowboys before. I often wondered why he wasn't in there and Terrence Williams wasn't sitting on the damn sidelines. No, DeMarcus Lawrence is not a Khalil Mack, but he's he's a step or two behind that. He's not far behind him. But then you throw Randy Gregory over there, and you throw the other guys we got out there, and Taco Charlton, and these guys that put heat on the other side, or in the middle, and then you realize DeMarcus Lawrence, they can't double team him anymore. So Khalil Mack's going to get a lot of double teams, whereas DeMarcus Lawrence won't. And I suspect once we get our solid line rolling, and everybody's there, and we get that chemistry with the D line, I think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to have more sacks than Khalil Mack. Now, he might not be as disruptive with the strip sacks and have interceptions, and because Khalil Mack is more versatile. So Noah Brown worked out with David Robinson, the receiving guru, this summer. He looked great. Oh yeah, is that the same guy that Des Bryant was working out with? Is it running the route runner? I know that Des Bryant was also working out with a route runner. I didn't know the guy's name. You said David Robinson. I'm thinking of the old San Antonio Spur guy. But can't fight for the ball. Just that's my thing with Noah Brown and Bryce Butler as well. Is they're a little more strong and aggressive than the other receivers we have. Noah Brown equal to or less than Des Bryant, Stevie Mack. Yeah, Des and Lance Lenore worked out with him too. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. What do we got over here? Battery running low. Let me switch over here, switch the battery cable, guys. Man, in Kabul, you gotta deal with some things, man. You'll have power cables for your equipment, and it'll burn the power cable up, and it'll stop working, and you'll have batteries go out on your computer. You got to order a new battery for your computer. It's the electricity here fluctuates and causes really bad issues sometimes. So moving forward, we did do a lot of talk about the Giants game. I want to jump forward and talk about the game next week with Seattle. I really think, and this will be a test for us. Last week, our test for me. Excuse me, guys, my foot is itching. This week with the Giants, the test to me, I really wanted to see Chidobe Awuzie and Byron Jones against Odell Beckham Jr. I wanted to see if when the Giants needed a play, when Eli Manning and the offense wasn't going smooth, I was hoping that they had that problem, and they kind of did. I was wondering if they could just go to Odell Beckham for 2 or 3 plays to get the offense going, and they couldn't. They tried it a few times, and they were unsuccessful. Odell Beckham had a couple of plays. His longest play was in the fourth quarter when we were kind of in a mini prevent, and we shut Odell Beckham Jr. down, and we tackled very well against Shaquan Barkley. So tight end group should be Swain, Rico, Schultz next week. Let Jarwin sit after how crappy. Yeah, and he also gave up the onside kick. So, you just continue to see horrible play, and then you've got a guy that everyone's pulling for. And, we wouldn't – if Rico played horrible or he didn't do stuff or he made imbecilic moves and you see it on the field, we wouldn't be pulling for him. Of course we wouldn't. But when you see nothing out of your other tight ends and you see bland play, really nothing spectacular, and then you've got a guy on the sideline. Let me check this. Got to answer the wife here real quick. I hope. Hey, you're live on the Crunk Show, honey.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's her gym clothes, guys. She's you don't want to say hello? Most everybody knows Cowgirl Crunk. Yeah, you got to say hello, or else I'm gonna turn my Skype off. Well, she's just gonna watch the show anyways. All right, honey, I love you. Check out the show. Hey, honey, like and subscribe to the Cowboy Crunk Show. Become part of the Crunk family. I love you, Cowgirl Crunk.
I love you.
Sorry for the interruption, guys. That's my lady. But anyways, if you guys have been with the channel for more than a month, you guys know we do the show live there from Magnolia, Texas, straight out of Houston. And my wife has her makeup thing she does. She has more subscribers than me, and she gets a lot more views and all that stuff from her Instagram and all. Uh, so she took my office away from me right before I left, and we have an agreement. Whoever has the more likes, the more subscribes, and all that. Whoever's page is doing better. Uh, she's blowing me out of the water, so no big deal. Jose, Seattle's defense is still okay, but Chicago, yeah, Seattle's defense, particularly their secondary is pretty good. Their D line, I think we're going to run the ball a lot on them. They do have the quick. They do have pretty quick recovery. Excuse me. They do have very quick linebackers, which are good in coverage. So, Crunk, you read my last post. Let me check it out. I'm I'm Dallas. I bet Seattle runs same offense Carolina did. So, yeah, they may exactly. They're gonna try to do the same thing. And the thing is, they can't do that too much because Russell Wilson's taken a lot of hits. So if they start running the ball with him, and he's taking hits there, additionally, we're getting to him in the backfield. Uh, Russell Wilson's not going to last the whole season, and I hate to say that. It's just not. It's not feasible, and I don't. It may not be injuries. He's just going to get worn out. He's their whole offense right now. Russell Wilson is everything to those guys, and he it wore him out last year. And the offensive line's not good. They don't have a great running game. Penny is has picked up their running game a little bit, but their running game is still not anything that's going to help um, Russell Wilson that much. So, with that being said, if they try to run these read options with Russell, and then when he does drop back to pass, he's getting hit on those plays too, and he's going to be Monday morning. He's going to have trouble getting out of bed. By Wednesday, he might be able to practice. And you do that for 5 or 6 games into the season, he's going to be like, "Hey, timeout. I need a week or two off. Just from being if he doesn't get an injury from it." So I think they would like to take a page out of what Carolina did, but it's really risky. As vital as Russell Wilson is to their team, I expect a huge game from Zeke. Usually third game he catches fire. Yeah, he looked a little better. Hey guys, he played really great this game. The problem is we ran those read options to open up the running game, and we didn't do that the week before, and that's why he looked horrible the first week. Our whole rhythm, we were a completely different team this Sunday night, guys. I mean, completely. Zeke came straight out when they did those read options, and he didn't slide, and I think it was first down or second down, and he's like, "I'm getting the first down," and he put his head down and he just ran through guys, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's what Dak needs to do a little bit. Now, not all the time, but when things aren't going smooth, you need some big plays. You need to get aggressive, and maybe Dak's one of those guys that plays better when he's a little pissed off, or something. Let's talk Cowboys. Hey, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the page. Yes, let's go Cowboys. Join the page, subscribe to the channel. I'm almost at 1,000, which doesn't matter to me, but that's 1,000. I'm almost at 1,000. We're almost at 1,000. The Crunk family is growing. I got 1,000 brothers and sisters out there that love talking football. We don't have a lot of trolls in here that talk trash, but during the games we kind of get them, and I try to leave them alone and not chat with them. So if you guys if we get any of that in here, just ignore them. If they continue talking, I'll block them, and then we'll move forward. But anyways, I need Seattle. I think Seattle. I read Seattle might not give Wilson an extension. Man, I have no clue on that. He's a very versatile guy. If they're not willing to give him an extension, they're looking at doing something in the draft and going cheap. And guys, we could still do the same thing. I'm here with Dak. The thing is, when your quarterback is too expensive, when your quarterback draws a huge portion of your salary cap, You don't have money to feed the rest of the family. We say cowboy family. Well, if you're a cowboy family, why would you why would you request a salary that keeps the rest of your family from getting paid? You know what I'm saying? You literally cannot pay 53 people high-end contracts. You literally can't pay 10 people high-end contracts, especially if you've got a quarterback that's making 150 million over 6 years, like the Packers did. That's going to hurt them here in the near future. I think they're going to have serious money problems, and they're not going to be able to keep guys. And there's going to be guys they want to keep and they can't. If they get rid of Wilson, I'd trade so much for that guy. Man, Stevie Mack. What are you gonna do with Dak? I mean, I know I do think seriously. I think Russell Wilson is better than Dak. His thing on over Dak is he can get the ball down the field much more accurate, and he's more accurate. The decision making. Hey, did you guys know he threw that pick six last night? That was his first pick six since 2012. Russell Wilson. So that was a stat I had no clue. So Stevie Mack, yeah, you're barking up the right tree. Dak can go to Seattle and be there. Oh shit. Hey, you gonna have some people now. Now we're gonna start the serious talk. We're gonna have some Dak fans out there throwing knives at Stevie Mack. I won't tell them where you live, Stevie Mack. Uh, Maybe you're drinking too much of that cranking. Are you drinking the cranking right now? That's why you're talking crazy. No, hey, I'm with you. I'm not sold 100% on Dak after the last game, but every quarterbacks do, a bad game sometimes. And really, I don't think that was his fault. Like I said, he was not allowed to prepare right. He wasn't given enough snaps, and he's drinking crunk juice. There you go. That's my new crunk juice when I can get it. I actually left the bottle there at home of cranking. I bought a bottle, was going to bring it with me, and I said no. Let me leave that here for when I get home. That way, that when I get home in December, I'll be able to do that. So I'll crack that bottle open when I get home, Stevie Mac, and okay, yeah, legit statement. I like Dak, but he's not Russell Wilson. Agreed. I like Bryce Butler, but to me, he's not Dez Bryant. I would prefer to have Dez, but Dez would have to come back and zip it, keep his mouth closed, and actually, in addition to that, the quarterbacks, not the quarterback, excuse me, the coaches need to step up. And some of the things Dez was saying is true, is legitimate statements. The things that Dez said, the things Dez, he rants about on the sideline. When he vents, he's venting positive, but when you have a coaching staff that won't step up and say it, then Dez, man, when I get doing these Dak, Dez, Zeke shit, it really messes me up. When Dez is venting like that, it looks bad because the coaches don't go to that level. He's going to a level of aggression higher than the coaches. So if Jason Garrett's philosophy is to stand back and clap and say, okay, guys, don't do that again. We got to learn from our mistakes, blah, blah, blah. But you got Dez over there. Damn, this is bullshit, man. Hey, man, you guys need to block, man. You got to get them off the quarterback. We ain't got no time. He's coming to the huddle saying, hey, man, block your guys and do this. And Dak don't have no time. But you guys, he's kind of coaching. Coaches don't like that, and players don't like it. Players don't like, hey, coach ain't yelling at me. You don't need to yell at me. You don't need to yell at the lineman. Nobody, as a lineman, Zach Martin, and they're like, hey, what are you yelling at us for? Jason Garrett ain't fucking yelling at us, so you don't need to yell at us, bro. And that's how it kind of goes. And he's doing it out of passion. He is a veteran on the team, but when the coaches don't set that kind of attitude on the team, a player is not allowed to have it. You just can't. What's up, Cowboy Crunk? How's it going? To hear about where we're looking at Landry Jones as a backup QB. No, I hadn't heard nothing about it. Man, I'm really out on the news. I got to start. When the season started, all I've been doing is watching film, and I haven't been checking the news, which is kind of slacking on me. But appreciate the info. Cowboys fan 421 in the house, always here representing. VZP, how you doing, bro? Dak is our QB. Dak is our QB, and I have faith in him. But it would be nice, to see some numbers. Truthfully, one thing we got to look at is our defense has stepped up and played much better. But Dak, in the last 10 games, he's only broken 300 twice, or 200, excuse me. He only has more than 200 passing yards twice. But in the last 10 games, what are we now? We're 1-1 now. And the last 10 games of the last 8 games of the season, I know the last 5 who were 4-1. So 4-1 plus 1-1, we're 5-2 over the last 7 games. So, and that's part of the period that Dak really hasn't went over 200 yards. So we're 5-2 with Dak going under 200 yards pretty much. So we're doing okay. If we had a quarterback that could put up, be a little more accurate, he does miss guys. He missed Rico Gathers completely last night. Cranking, what's up, Cranking in the house? Yeah, yeah. I got some at home, man. Yeah, is that your drink of choice? Let's talk Cowboys. I don't know if you know what cranking is. I think Stevie Maxon wanted to introduce me to it. I think so. Fan since 1983. I'm not on Dak. It's Linehan. Yeah, Dak has played well at times. They've got to cut him loose and force him to throw the ball down the field. I don't know. Like I said, I've said it 100 times. I'm repeating myself, but one of the two things: either the coaching staff is not forcing him to throw it down the field, or they're telling him not to, or Dak is not comfortable throwing the ball down the field. But he's got to cut it loose. He's got to come out of that cage. He's got to come out of the closet and start being a quarterback. And if the defense doesn't respect him, if the defense is not scared of Dak Prescott, we're going to have a loaded box, and Ezekiel Elliott is never going to hit 100 yards a game. Never. He won't do it again. If we don't get these linebackers and safeties to deepen up and step out of the box. And the only way we'll do that is through Dak Prescott having good games. He's going to have 2 or 3 good games in a row where they respect his arm and they're scared of Dak. And if they're not scared of Dak because we don't have any receivers, then that's another situation. We've got to at least have 1 or 2 receivers that the defense respects as well. And that's why I like Rico Gathers. Just his size and his receiving ability, they will respect that. They're going to respect Rico Gathers on the field with his size. They're gonna have to cover him, and they're probably going to have to double cover him. He's going to have double coverage most of the time. Des has that Chris Richard passion. Yeah, exactly. And that's the only thing with him not being a coach and the other coaches being kind of laid back, relaxed, and these guys are professional. You don't need to yell at them. And that's Jason Garrett's mentality. Sometimes you got to get in somebody's ass. If they're not playing well and it's not working, then you got to take different aspects. You treat people. You supervise and you train people differently depending on what they need. You know what I'm saying? And we just don't have that. As you guys see, Chris Richard, he has that mentality. And what are we getting out of our secondary now? Our secondary is completely different. And really, we have the same people. We made no moves in the secondary other than moving some guys around a little bit. And a lot of that we actually did towards the end of the season, and it worked well. The last 4 games of the season, our secondary played very well. One of the stats I wanted to look at, man, and now I can't remember. We're like 4th in yards allowed. We're like 3rd in points allowed. We are 3rd in points allowed right now. Our defense, guys. So points allowed, we're 3rd in the league. Not in the NFC or not in the NFC East. we're 3rd in points allowed in the NFL. So yeah, the clapping, it doesn't work for everyone, and yeah, it works. For certain players, and you might have a quarterback that you can't get in his face or rip his ass because you do that, and he gets nervous and forces the ball down the field. And I think Dak is the kind of guy that'll respond well to it. He's very composed. I don't think the dude gets nervous at all. I think that's another thing. He came into game 1 I don't think he was nervous. I don't think he was like anticipating anything. He just thought he was going to walk in and cut him up. And he walked in and he was thinking too much and he was being too safe. And there were throws that were open and he didn't throw them. And then there were throws he was open. And I watched this on Okoye's video. Okoye put it out a video that was really good. I wish I was as good at cutting up video and splicing stuff and doing some of the stuff these guys are good at. And I will get good at it. I'm gonna do that. But they showed Dak every time he went to throw the ball, he would run towards the so if he dropped back and he saw a player that was open and he was rolling out, before he would throw the ball to that player, he had to take at least one running step towards him. It was like he would make movement towards that player and then throw the ball, and it took time, and he didn't set his feet. He's throwing with his feet moving a lot. And that just takes time and rhythm. That's something he does, and it's something he's normally good at. But it's going to take a couple weeks for that to really set in and do well. Challenge accepted should be on a T-shirt. Yeah, yeah. That would be a good T-shirt. When Urban comes back, who gets cut? Whew, man, we're really deep. We're really deep on the defensive line already. There's guys that haven't even taken very few snaps on the defensive line yet. So I'm assuming it's probably going to have to be one of the other defensive line guys, or man, that we probably actually it's a little early. We probably have a couple weeks to think about that and see how some guys play. So Dez was not a Garrett guy. Yeah, Dez wasn't a Garrett guy. That's what they want. They want Garrett guys that are going to clap and be positive and never say anything negative. I think Dak Prescott could go out and have four strip sacks right in a row. First down, strip sack, first down, strip sack, first down, and it could be 28-0. And Jason Garrett's going to stand over there and clap, say, "Come on, guys, get off the field, get off the field." That's all he's going to do. We've seen nothing else other than that. The football series there on Amazon Prime was pretty good. I did build a little bit more trust in Jason Garrett watching that. I think he's organized. I think he prepares the team well for the game, but I don't think he prepares the players well for games. There, speaking of the carrot, there he is right there. Oh, little bunny rabbit. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. But yeah, the Jason Garrett thing is he's our coach. We need to try to stick with him. I'm behind him. But as soon as he's gone, I'm not behind him. I want him to do well, but that was the play where they overthrew Rico in the end zone. Oh my God, guys. Look at that. Let's look at that again. Let's back that up. I think they show it again anyways. Let's watch the play from the beginning. There's Snacks. Hey, we handled Snacks pretty well. Again, Ezekiel Elliott did not have an outstanding game, but he had 4.6 yards a carry. He only had 17 carries. So we didn't need him to have, 150 yards. So next play, here we go, guys. This is the Rico Gathers play. I want to see this also. Let me turn the TV a little bit. No, it's the next play. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there's Ezekiel Elliott out of bounds. It's the next play. Yeah, there we go. I'll turn that a little bit. Look at that, boy. That's a group of linebackers, man. Our linebackers are so much better than they were. There's the damn carrot again. My only thing is I'm going to be pissed if we get close to the playoffs and there's shit that happens that keeps Garrett from losing his job. If the offense doesn't pick up, Lenahan's gone. One of the two is gone. They can't do them both. They can't do them at the same time. Here we go, guys. Here's the Rico Gathers overthrow. This one, he had him. Look at that. Oh, my God. He was wide open, dude. On the safety, he had a good 3 yards on the safety of separation, and he had the whole corner, and you have his size. Look at this. Right there. Oh, man. He's wide open. Oh. I still got to see that again. I can't help it, dude. I'm pulling for this guy so much. One more time, guys. Rico comes off the line. Oh yeah, see, he would have. He would have. One more time. I can't help it, man. That dude's a monster, man. He's going to change the game if they start using him. And he look at that. He has 5 yards on the safety. He's completely wide open, man. I don't know if I can throw a football that far. I don't know if I can throw it 40 yards. But if I could have thrown it 40 yards, I probably could have completed that shit. He was wide open. I'm pulling so much for Rico, guys. I just ordered my Rico jersey. These are the jerseys I ordered. These are the jerseys I ordered the other day. My buddies in the Philippines. You guys know I got the Ezekiel Elliott Zeke the Freak. I got that jersey. I ordered DeMarcus Lawrence. It says War Daddy. I got a 90 jersey like this one coming that says War Daddy on the back. I got a Bill Bates jersey. I got Kayvon Frazier. I told you guys that's my breakthrough player of the year. I really think Kayvon Frazier is a tough player. He's going to be really good for us. He's going to stay on the field. He's going to stay healthy, and he's going to be great. I got a Rico Gathers jersey. I got my wife a Prescott jersey. So Stevie Mack, we've got to keep Prescott at least for a couple more years so my wife can wear the jersey there. And I got a Aaron Rodgers. I told you guys I'm getting that. But it says bad man on the back. So I got the bad man jersey it's got B and 4 A's, a D, and then a man. Bad man, just like Stephen A. Smith calls him. So we're gonna hype this up all season. Hopefully we'll get to the playoffs against the Packers, and we will set that bad man jersey on fire prior to the game. That will put all the voodoo we need. We've got to get past the Packers. You guys know we had the same battle with San Francisco back in the 90s, and that's and the 80s. We had that those clutch moments with San Francisco. Once we got past San Francisco, that's when we started winning our Super Bowls. So we're kind of in the same situation now. We keep getting to the playoffs, but every time we meet the Packers and the Packers put a foot in our ass, or make the play. So we need to turn that around. We need to get to the playoffs, and we need to be the team that makes the play against the Packers to send them home. And that's why I've got this bad man jersey coming, and we're going to set that sucker on fire. And that's going to be or we'll wait till we make the playoffs. Hopefully we'll make the playoffs, and if the Packers don't this year, then we'll set it on fire, and that'll be our good luck. I guess, ceremonial moment prior to going into the playoffs. Let's talk Cowboys. What are you blabbing on about? Just talking nonsense at this point. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I was talking about my jerseys. My bad. Throw out a subject. We can keep it going, or I can shut the live chat off. There are a few people that just got in here. So, guys, tell me if this is true or not. What's that? Did this happen? What's that? Did this happen? Did this happen yet? Did this happen yet? What happened? You got something? Cowboys X Factor's got something coming, I guess. Rico could have a TD. Yes, I hope Rico plays Sunday. Rico will play Sunday, I'm sure. As bad as Jarwin has played, they've got to start looking at Rico more. Stevie Mac, I didn't hear about someone wanting T. Will. The real question is who would have even wanted. Oh, was that what he was talking about? Somebody was requesting T. Will. X Factor Montana. Did this happen yet? I missed something. Let me slide down. I was blabbing, I guess, as Cowboys. Let's Talk Cowboys said I was blabbing. We got Joe Montana out of retirement. What? Bro, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's Talk Cowboys. Let's talk. Okay. Guys, tell me if this is true or not. What are you blabbing? Okay, I missed something there, guys. I don't know what we're missing, but I missed some comments somewhere. I'm not sure what you're asking if something happened. I didn't hear about someone taking T. Will. The real question is who would want him anyways. Yeah. For the salary he's getting, and they would have to match his salary because they would have to take his salary off of our hands, I don't see anyone taking T. Will for the salary the Cowboys are paying him. That's some Trump news. I think that might be fake news. If that's what you're discussing, that T. Will was moved, I don't think that's possible. So, Anthony, T. Will in second round for Earl Thomas. That's the rumor. I will say Seattle. I will say Seattle has no receivers. Their receiving core is not number 15. What's his name? See, I told you guys I'm bad with names. If I don't sit down and look at the names before I get on here, I do horrible. So I guess I ran. Let's talk Cowboys off. I haven't seen anything from him. That's what the chat you're looking. Oh, okay. Thanks, Anthony, for clearing up. I kind of got lost there for a second. I didn't see that chat. T. Will in second round for Earl Thomas. That's a rumor. Dallas Cowboys since 1983. It has not happened yet. That's what the other chat's talking about. Dallas Cowboys. Okay, Brandon Marshall. Yeah, well, they got Brandon Marshall as well. That guy hasn't really done anything in a while. The best thing he did was do some commentary. 2 years ago? He got into that, and since that, his numbers fell off dramatically when he was there in New York. I don't know if that got put something in his blood. So, but anyways, guys, we should have a serious situation this weekend if we can get another win in the books. Apparently, they say Stevie Mack, I believe, said that they've got Earl Thomas and the Seattle Seahawks as have the Cowboys as an underdog. I don't see how that is. We're going to get. I guarantee you, we'll get 4 sacks in the first half, and I think we'll get 4 or 5 in the second half. We're looking at a 9-sack game because our line, I think, is much better than Chicago's as far as being well-rounded. They've got Khalil Mack. You can put 2 guys on him, and he's probably still going to get in there. But I still don't think they're as good as a unit as our unit. So we'll see, guys. Coming into the weekend, we got a few days left. I will do some more research and come back with more information, so I'm not running my mouth like Let's Talk Cowboys says I was. So hopefully we can really blurry behind me. There's a lot of negative stuff coming from that situation. Malik Collins and Randy Gregg. Oh, yes, we got Malik Collins coming back as well, guys. Man, I completely forgot about him. Holy shit, guys. And he's an automatic starter. So is Randy Gregory. So we increase our defensive depth this weekend. I wouldn't want to get rid of Khalil Mack, but he has been very injury prone. Not Khalil Mack, Malik Collins. That could be a guy that we look at if we need to do any trade material for an Earl Thomas or for even though I know Seattle's that's one of they're okay at D-line. They're not great. So we'll see. But I appreciate you guys joining the channel, coming in when you see the live chats. I'm going to try to do as many live chats as I can. And we'll keep this thing rolling. Cowboys family, Cowboy Crunk family is growing every day, and I really appreciate it. You guys give me somebody to talk to while I'm here in Afghanistan. And thanks for joining. Check back later. I'll do a video in the morning. It's about 11 o'clock at night here. Time to get a little shut-eye and get ready for work tomorrow. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for joining the show.